I love it when you talk dirty.
So I want to welcome everybody to the Dirty Talks podcast. This is season 2. I've been stopped counting the episodes because I lost count. We didn't have so many episodes. It's episodes I still ain't put out yet. We just been mad busy. We just fresh off the Ohio Entertainment Awards. It was our first one that we did, and I feel like for it being our first time, we did pretty well. Especially Gabs, you broke the record for the most interviews at the Ohio Entertainment Awards.
I was a mongrel, baby. You were a monster out there.
Were you getting tired of like talking? Like, was your mouth getting dry at some point?
Bruh. It's some interviews that you could hear like my voice got real raspy, and it was like in between ones I was like, let me get a fry, let me get a chicken tender. Oh my gosh, I need some water. Like I was not drinking water the whole time, just raspy.
That's dangerous.
Voice going away. But it was fun. I found out I know how to talk.
Yeah, you do. It really broke out. Like I was really proud.
I was like, damn, she's killing this shit.
She's growing into
She's killing this shit.
Firing off into a beautiful phoenix.
Each interview,
I'm weak.
Each interview was what, like 2-3 minutes. It was in and out how like we was
fast.
doing, and that I guess that's what I wasn't used to. You know, anytime we had a pod, we was able to sit down with our guests and fill them out and be like a 2-hour conversation. So it's like I like to ask long-winded questions. Y'all keep nudging me like, all right, look, we gotta get the next person.
My nail, it's funny because my nail tech, when she was doing my nails, she was like, yeah, I was watching the interview. She was like, you would answer your question and it was like you were ready to get on to the next one. She was like, you look like you were just like, all right now. I was like, yeah, because we had like a line of people that I was staring at. They looking at me.
That's what they couldn't see in the camera, but yeah, it was people like
glad they understood. I'm like, none against y'all.
Right.
We gotta
keep it.
We ain't even get to interview some people.
Yeah,
that's the crazy part.
I caught them on the back end.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, exactly. One of the people we didn't get to interview is Johnny Films, and we want to welcome you to the Dirty Talks podcast, and thank you for showing up. We feel honored.
Man. Thank you, appreciate it.
You gotta show him the shoes, man. He kind of just flexed. I asked him what those shoes were. He kind of just flexed me like, "Oh, don't worry about it, it's too expensive." I was like, "Damn."
Big boy activity.
I actually missed though. I had to be in Detroit the next day in the morning, so I actually missed it. I kind of felt bad, but I.
You weren't there?
I thought because you know, Murder Pain they invited me to this thing up in Detroit, and I'm like, I don't want to miss it. So I kind of, so that's why, I missed it.
Have you been to any Ohio Entertainment Awards?
Yeah, I was there the year before and everything.
Year before, okay.
Yeah,
how was that one?
That one was good in Kent. It was real good. We won Scam Likely Movie of the Year, and then this year we won Locked In. That's why I wanted to be there, but couldn't, whatever. It is what it is.
No, for everything that happened, or like for all the last minute changes they had, they definitely pulled it off. Because
shout out to Andrew Lloyd then.
Oh yeah, definitely shout out to him because man, that shit was looking bad for him. And I'm like, damn, man, this is gonna be a dope ass opportunity. It was our first time, so I was looking forward to it. But then when people wasn't, responding, it was like, it's not looking good.
Relax, it's
like
okay.
They brought it to Cleveland last minute.
That Akron location was raw.
Yeah,
I was kind of excited.
You seen the seats in that shit? 3,000 people expected. I'm just like, damn, how they gonna pull this shit off last minute?
They packed that thing out, Joe. Packed that thing out,
man.
Yeah, but it was there. Yeah, man, it was exciting for sure.
And the fact that he did that and switched it up in 24 hours, like
that's a huge turnaround.
24 hours, turned it around, and still it was such a huge turnout. It turned out so beautifully, like.
Dope.
Either go or they the goat, whoever put that on.
The goats, man. No, they definitely need their flowers for sure. So Johnny, I do want to ask you what inspired you into get into filmmaking.
So my cousin's my business partner, David C. Snyder. We started funny story. His dad was a golfer, my uncle. So they got a old camcorder back in the day. I don't know how many of the kids know what a camcorder is. The big VHS. And the film is Golf Swing. They got the camera, and then we started making movies like from that day. I don't think they ever filmed his Golf Swing. We started making movies. I was 9, Dave was 12.
Okay.
And his two brothers, they're about the same age.
Okay.
And we started making films and like. We just never stopped.
So what type of things will y'all be recording? Like were y'all like acting out scripts and stuff?
Dude, the first movies were terrible.
So I had like whole scripts and like scenes.
Well, so we wouldn't do scripts back then. We would do we come up with ideas as we went.
Like
you know what
I'm saying?
Yeah, we would right, exactly. Which is why nowadays we're able to make the movies. I think at the price point we do because we can improv. Yep. We're real good at like mix. New location. Okay, let's change this around. But we did stuff like. At my grandma's house, we would meet up there. We did a Death Big Wheel and Death Big Wheel 2. Like we had a big wheel at the house, and stuff like that. And Yeah, I think we made about 80 short films before we ever made a feature film.
Damn.
I seen the breakdown, like the whiteboard breakdown.
Oh.
How long did y'all do that for? Like, when did y'all get into like?
Oh, that breakdown?
Strategically working.
Well, it's interesting you said because the first couple movies we didn't, and that's why they took so long to shoot. So we got Locked In done in 4.5 days. We got Airbnb done in 5.5 days.
Damn.
But they're long days. I mean, like 14-hour days. You know what I'm saying? But because we have it all scheduled so well now, like everything's real. Like you got to know, like for example, we brought a Detroit actor in for Airbnb, so we didn't have all his stuff done in the same day or the day. You know what I mean? Because then I have to pay them more if I, So we just kind of like mastered the art of scheduling, which by the way is way more intense than people.
10 times.
I mean, like I'm not gonna lie, like the pre-production stuff, you don't get a lot of respect for that, and that's some of the hardest stuff, right? People don't think they really respect that, which I get it, right? There's not many people doing it, so it's like you have to almost be there to understand what a pain in the ass. Like I'm kicking the whiteboard. You know what I mean? Because you think you have it, and then, you know what I'm saying. So, and then you have to guess. So when you break the scenes down, you got to guess how long it's going to take to shoot each scene. So it's all guess.
So
right?
it's like it's an estimate. It's not like
it's an estimate, right?
Yeah.
So there's no way, right? You go like 11 to 12. We shoot scene 17. So man, it's a real dude. It was yeah. So.
Is it often like, say if you have like a certain vision for how a scene, say if you have a certain vision for how you want a scene to go or how you just want the movie to end, do you ever find yourself like changing shit on the fly? Like, nah, fuck this scene, I'm gonna do another scene or I'm gonna change the ending. Like, do you ever find yourself doing that?
Yes, good question. And I highly recommend you don't do that in the beginning because, you know what I mean? Because people don't know. But we've been doing it so long that we know. I mean, that is a good question because
now.
Because what will happen, because then we'll be like, we'll see things. That goes back to doing it since we were kids. Oh, if we do it this way, we can move better, faster. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So no, it's like because some people get so caught up. You'll get like new filmmakers and like in the script will say she wrote this in black ink, and then there'll be a blue pen there. It's like, oh, we can't do that. You know what I mean? Like it gets that,
little details.
Yeah. So you start, and that's where you start, and you're like, okay, that doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Like matter of fact, our new movie, Black Men Don't Cheat, that's coming out in January.
Oh my God.
I just want to look in the camera.
That's controversy.
Is it really?
I'm happy
Sir, you better be the first one to watch it.
Yeah, I feel like the world needs to know. The world needs to know that black men don't cheat.
Yeah. It was dude. So,
Anyway.
Yeah. So we were supposed to have bikers.
Okay.
And DMG head honcho, who was supposed to get us the bikers twice, they wouldn't show up. They were given the, so we ended up just using a car. You know what I'm saying? See stuff like that where you gotta work, or otherwise you gotta bring everybody back, and I gotta pay all my cast. I'm spending another 3 bands or 4 for a day of shooting. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
You gotta kind of like, but we're good at that. That's kind of like how I think we do them at a price point we do them at. So.
Now, is it hard to convince people to like change the scene or the ending, like stuff on the fly? Because I know some people can be like married to ideas.
Well, okay, so that's another good question because Jill, who writes our movies, understands what we're doing. Now, some writers, man, you got to stick to what I the way I wrote it, which makes me laugh because we really buy the script. So it's like we really can do whatever we want to change. We want to change names, and we can do whatever we want. So you will get writers though that like you can't, and it's like, but we have so much trust. Like my team's so tight, and I've really built the ultimate team after these years, and so they know what we're doing, and they never like think, oh, if you do this, you're gonna ruin the movie or something. Because some people will, like, if you don't know what you're doing and you do that improv shit, that could go all bad. Trust me, you know what I'm saying?
Like, what just happened?
Oh yeah.
What's the process of finding writers? Like, how is that process?
That was a tough one. Heights Girl 2, I wrote myself because I didn't have anybody. Because you got to remember this. Think about this. Think about this. Think about this too. Like, they have to write to a low budget. Know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Know how you shoot. Like Locked In, for example, was shot 80% was shot in my basement. We did that purposely. Do you know if you knew, right? We didn't, because it's flashbacks, right? So we shot it in all. We shot 2 days, 2 full days. Granted, they were like 15-hour days.
Damn.
The basement stuff was in 2 days, and we did that purposely because we could save money. So it's like, writing wise, people always, I get all the time like, hey, I mean, we get into that later. It's hilarious, but hey man, I wrote a script, blah blah blah, and it's like, but you don't know how we do it and what we do. Like, and it's nothing against them. It's just they don't know, right? And I'm realizing we really are the trailblazers because, we like this girl told me the other day. She goes, "You kind of made acting popular in Cleveland now." You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Kind of did, and I get that. That's you want to be that, right? But then it's like there's a good and bad to everything. Like with us being like the only consistent, well, now you got the other issues. Nobody knows how the hell it works. So next thing you know, it's like I'll be at Target now. It's like, hey, put me in a movie, or
that
hey,
shit can be annoying.
Hey, bro, my favorite one was Movie Me, My Guy. I got that one.
Movie Me, My Boy. Come on.
Movie Me. That's a new one.
It comes, you signed up for it. I hate it sometimes, but you sign up for it. You got to put up with it.
Yeah, no, we deal with that. You just be walking somewhere, or people just randomly DM us, "Hey, let me come on the pod," and I don't know
every
nothing
time.
about you. Like,
Every time I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I be looking at the page like, I'm sorry.
yeah, I was like, I let
You
y'all
ain't
deal
even
with
gonna put the
it. But then
content
they
out.
put it
I'm
back on
sorry.
me. I don't want to respond. Then they put the shit back on me. Like, no, you gotta respond. So no,
The crazy part is kind of like how it could be ignorant sometimes. Because I was at BJ's with my 10-year-old goddaughter, right? And we're just eating and stuff. And the dude kept looking at me funny. Then finally,
Is this him?
Yeah, finally he's like, oh, you're Johnny Films. I'm a star. You're next. And my goddaughter looks at me like, it's like, dude, take our order. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that mean, but it's like, we're not here.
oh shit, yeah, you hungry? Yeah.
I have a question about that too, though.
Okay.
So when people come in like a casting call, because I came for the last
You
casting.
did go, yeah.
So do y'all like, you know how people come in with the cocky confidence on some, oh yeah, I'm about to get this scene down. Because I was like, I should do that. And I was like, okay, maybe not too much. Because people don't like that. Because how does that come across?
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Because here's what and the reason being is they don't understand how it works. So then you come in and it's like, you got to have some level of humble. Because you got to remember, people want to be in movies a lot of times. It's like, I want to be seen, I want to be seen.
Right.
Are you going to be a problem to work with? You know, that's my big thing because people, it's the three pillars I always say. It's talent, the obvious, reliability, and influence popularity. So they don't all, like, you don't need all three. But reliability is the most important because I need you showing up on set on time.
Right.
I need you to know your lines. You know what I mean? And you get all these people. I was like, I'm a natural. I could do, and it's like, no, you don't. Because remember too, they haven't been on set 13 hours, having to know their lines and wait and do. You get what I'm saying? So people don't know how hard that is. So no, you want more humble because it comes across like you're gonna be hard to deal with. You know what I mean?
So have you gotten more of like people being easier to coach, or people that's kind of like stuck in their ways and being stubborn?
Not really. Yeah, a little bit, I guess. Depends on who. Like, you when you get, okay, I'll give you an example. In Airbnb, the main girl, you remember the main playwright? She's like the main character. She had been in L.A. She'd been in Atlanta. So when she came in, the other actors, she kind of took them under her wing, and they really became better because of her, right?
Okay,
so
that's
that
dope.
helped, right? She was almost like their coach in a way.
Dope. That's dope.
And so that helps, but then you know, and sometimes people they are acting too much, and they in too many of our movies, and they start thinking they're too important. So you get that, and then it's like
You can't lose me,
man, dude. And like they'll start showing up like when they feel like it or not, you know. And then it's like
Requesting shit, having like, give me 10 cheeseburgers by the time
I'm weak.
dude.
I want all
Me and
white
Cancun.
Skittles.
Yeah,
dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
Pick the green ones out.
You know what would be fun? You know what would be really fun if we did go to one of his casting calls and like interviewed people. Like interviewed the people and did like
after they get off,
do
like,
like
after
the
they
behind
get
the
done.
scenes
I like
type of
that.
stuff.
I love
and,
that.
Fire.
cut
I'm here for
up,
that.
It's actually a great
put
idea.
it out.
Yeah.
Just
I know.
so then you get more people. More, you know what I mean?
And you get to see the behind. Yeah, I like
Behind the scenes is the
I'm learning
heaviest
more
one.
and more people love behind the scenes of the movie
Yeah.
stuff, right? The funny thing, when we did Swing Low, Sweet Chair, 2012, we had 31 people show up. We did Scam Likely, we had 84, I think. Then Airbnb, 117, and this last one, 228.
Bruh, the rest of the people came the next day. I said, God damn.
No, we should definitely line that up because I
We get the
just
reaction in
genuinely
real
wanna,
time, you
like
know?
when people are going in, like or on their way in, get how they feel, get some of the clips of their auditions, all that.
Yeah.
I would love to see it and be a part of it.
Do you
You know,
feel,
when I put up the clips of them audition, dude, my story numbers like quadruple because people really like seeing that.
Really,
They love
yeah.
the
Oh, yeah, yeah.
that behind the scene thing, right? You know, so
They be going
do
through
you feel like it'd be an environment to where it's like people are in very like high competition with each other?
yeah. Now I heard it's worse in LA and Atlanta because they're used to doing it. You know what I'm saying? But it was a little because you start getting what's tough about talent, man, is like it's all subjective, right? So like me and you might watch somebody, you might say, I think on a scale of 10, you might say, I think they're a 7. I'm like, oh, I think they're a 9, right? Or vice versa. So it's always like, I'm the best. First off, I always love the self-proclaimed, I'm the best, right? It's like, well, oh, you think you're the best? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, so does everybody else. You know what I mean? And so you get a little bit of that going on. You know what I mean? And so that you get a lot of that, like, so that gets a little old after a while too, because it's like, it really matters what I think or the team. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that ends up happening.
Making your first film that went on Tubi, or just making your first film period, did it go as expected?
First feature?
Like, yeah.
No. That's a great question because it was 09 and we did it was like a broad sort of mystery thriller, but there was there was the only name we had in it, and it was real quick, was my cousin, who's my partner, him and Chuck D from Public Enemy. Remember Public Enemy?
What?
He works with him. So Chuck was in it. We had him for
Oh, wow.
quick.
That's
but
dope
nobody
as hell.
else. That was it.
That's fire.
And so it, yeah, I mean, but we did it cheap. We did it for like $2,500. So we didn't make our money back for years. You know what I mean? Because we didn't do that well. So not really, but you got to keep doing something to get good at it. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys, the more you do you got to stay consistent, right? Because that's the key, you know, because the difference between the winners and losers, the people who just keep doing it, right? You know what I mean? And that's really, because that was 09. And our first successful one was 2000, came out 13, which was Swing Low.
4 years later.
That's not a long time either. That's pretty right there, back to back.
Yeah.
Right?
Damn. So you said the first film that was featured, you said that was 2009?
Yep, called The Quiet Arrangement. Yep.
And it's like right now, I feel like Tubi is making such a huge
elite, man.
leap.
It's great. Like I see Tubi clips like on my timeline, like every day. Every day.
That's all the attention's there, and it's kind of when I was in Detroit, I ended up staying the night because it was getting late or whatever, and they were going, we'll get you your room because you helped. I was basically got on panel, right? So everybody was there, like. The only person that could take me because they were all busy doing something was Murder Pain. So he took me downtown and I followed him and he paid for the hotel room and then got me the key or whatever. Well, when he's down there, they're like, "How you the 50 Cent in Detroit?" And everywhere he went, like I couldn't believe he's in his own. And they're just like everywhere he went, "What's up, man?" Taking pictures. And I'm thinking to myself like,
50 Cent in
that's
Detroit.
really where the attention's at, right? Tubi's where the attention's at, right? It's not. I mean, people watch Stars, they watch HBO, but Tubi's really where the people, you know what I'm saying, are watching it. So it's like that's where the attention's at.
It's a lot of character on Tubi, like
There is.
Yeah.
I'm
different
starting to realize
energies all
that.
around.
You get different energies. It's like you get more. It's like people are more creative because you get so tired
about
of
to say
seeing the
that.
same
Yeah.
plots and the same. You can guess what's gonna happen next on Tubi. Try to guess.
What do you guys?
Try to guess.
Let me ask you guys
Next
this:
thing
like,
you know,
where do
chicken went down
you
the street
think the
naked.
appeal on Tubi personally? Do you guys think it comes from? Like where the people are into it the way they are. I mean,
People being authentic, organic, people like really being creative, like people trying to come up with new ideas, and it's like Tubi is giving a lot of people a platform to really showcase their talent. So it's like I feel like when it comes to Netflix and other huge platforms, they already have like a set standard of how they want things to go, what they're looking for. I feel like Tubi is like, all right, shoot your best shot, show me what you got, and everybody's trying to like be the most creative they can be. So,
That part. And it's just like you watch the same stuff. So when you like the few amount, I haven't watched Tubi too much. We always watch it in my salon. But the couple of times that I've watched the movie, you never you can't guess what's gonna happen. The craziest stuff happens. So it's like with platforms like that, you guys have so much more freedom.
That's true.
So then you're able to do so much more than what they're able to do on a Netflix or these big
people
platforms because it's controlled by a
oh,
corporation.
correct me if I'm wrong, because nobody from Tubi is like micromanaging, telling you like, hey,
that's a good point.
Okay.
And that's what I love because when we do it, we're able to get that
control.
creative freedom, right? Where you're exactly right because the problem is. You go to anywhere in Hollywood, Netflix, if they're spending millions, our budgets aren't millions of dollars, you're going to do what the hell I tell you. You're going to do what the fuck I tell you to do. We're spending that money. And like you said,
putting up your own money.
We're putting up our own money. So, like I interviewed about 120 girls, like women that watched. I wanted black females between 25 and 45 that watch Tubi, right? And I asked them the same, what makes you watch? And to them, it was like, the realness. I like, right? Because it's like you watch Stars and
real
stuff.
life situations. Like,
Real life, right?
I love when it's like somebody got one leg, pants leg up, and then next thing you know, they flip, come back, they got a whole different pair of pants on. Yep, keep you thinking.
Right.
And it's free. Just Tubi being free in
that's
general.
another big one, right? Because we get paid off the ad revenue. So like so every time there's a commercial, that's how we get paid. So the more people that watch it, the more money you make. So then it becomes like a meritocracy because like the more people that watch your movie, the more money you make. Right? You see what I'm saying? So versus like Netflix where you get a licensing fee and that's it.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: do you have like a favorite scene that you created or a scene that you like the most proud of?
Oh, boy,
And like
that's a good question.
how it came about.
You ever thought
and-
about it?
Boy, that's a great question.
Stories behind
You
it.
go, yeah.
You gotta pick one, though.
I know. I would say, boy, that's a great question. I really am like when you said, do you mean like more so like personally or like some maybe it was like tough to do and I was proud of it kind of thing?
Just how it end up looking on the screen. Like,
How it end up
once
looking on
it was
the screen.
finished and edited. Mm-hmm.
That's a great question. I would say, I don't know if in Locked In there's this scene where They go. He takes the camera and it goes like this, and it goes around, and like we did it where you could see Buddy Vaughn and in Mayana like they within the screen. You know what I'm saying? Like you could see them as you go while they were doing stuff, and it was hard to create. You know what I'm talking about? It's like slow. It goes real slow, and that was like hard to do. But when we were finished, it was like, wow, that looks really cool. Like you know what I mean? Like you can't help but say, wow, that was cool. It was hard to do though. You know, it was hard to do.
Yeah, I believe it. No, that's dope. And then I want to ask, which movie do you feel like was the most difficult to make and why?
Locked In was the most difficult.
Locked In?
Make, yeah.
Now, was it because of the...
was on my fucking nerves. I'm talking about cast and crew. I was like,
I was about to ask, was it the people you was working with, the setting and everything?
Yeah, because it was actually the easiest because the set was mostly my basement.
Right.
Mostly in my basement.
Oh, wow.
Everybody was just on. I'd be feeling like it's the stars lined up or something because an Airbnb, ironically, ended up being the easiest one, which was the next one. Okay. So it's like, and that just happened the way it happened. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, man. Yeah, it was weird. I know it's weird, but just the way it was. Everybody was just on, and we use a lot of the same people.
You think it's people being like cramped up in the six? I know me, like for me, I think I get irritated when I'm like in the same spot.
You know, I'll give you right to some degree because like Buddy Vaughn, Mayana, Joy, and KK, they were in that basement for like 2 days. They were in there for like 30 hours. Yeah, and I mean, and they're on a cold basement floor. I mean, it's like the basement, but you know what I mean? It's freezing.
I feel like they was really in jail.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Like, get in the character.
The crew's down there, and their whole, you know, we had these, it was cool. We had these lights, so they screw in, and then you can, I don't know if you noticed the light would flicker. You set it from the iPad. So the lights flickering from the, you know what I mean? So yeah. It was
creative.
It's like little stuff like makes like a
everyone's
big
so creative.
That's crazy.
Hold on, don't flag us.
You got me wanting to act now. I might have to come to a cast a call.
If you came to the sets and saw you're like you just said the minute, the little nuances, it's crazy. Like like you were just saying, little stuff people don't realize is going on. I mean, there's so many little things that happen, the lighting and just everything, you know what I mean? Down to like your sound person's your most important person because you do a movie and the sound sucks. It doesn't matter how good the movie is.
Right.
Everybody's mad because it's, you know,
The captions messed up.
Do you have like a crew or is that all like you and your peoples? Like when it comes to filming and editing and all of that?
So we have pretty much the same people. The main people are kind of indispensable. So me, my cousin Dave, our DP Sean, Jill, the writer, and D. Lachey, who's like my assistant kind of thing. And then the other people are usually there, but they kind of, because here's another problem. You know, we're shooting 5, 6, 7 days in a row. People have to make money. They have jobs. They have to do certain things, right? So then what happens there is that kind of is tough because, you know, they got lives, right? So like, or if even, let's say they do sound, that's all they do. But they got to go to another set, you know what I mean? So like, I always tell people this too, like even if we shot a movie a month, you figure we shoot them on average 6 days. The other 24 days, they got to make a living. You know what I'm saying? So we have to kind of, I have like a depth chart, it's like a football, like first string, second string, third string. I do it like that. Yeah.
You gotta be very
strategic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super strategic.
Now I know why, you know, you watch those movies and the director's like, like on everybody's asses. Like, okay, I get it.
It's like trying to it's like trying to get a group of bad kids in a single file line.
Oh my God. Well, think about this too. You have like,
but they're adults.
You're right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you got about 20 plus people, cast and crew, and you got to organize them to be there for a full day.
Right.
And, you know, a lot of times I'm spending money, say, like with the new movie, I had to get an Airbnb. So then if we don't finish, I got to get it another day. And I got to, you know what I'm saying?
That's more money.
Dude, Airbnb scared me because we almost didn't get done. It was getting late. The guy, when I messaged him, he's like, somebody's renting this for the next month tomorrow. So you're either done tonight or you're not done. So we went till like 1, 2 in the morning. Yeah. So that's stuff people don't see, right?
Pressure.
Right.
But a lot of people work good under pressure though.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? They know if they got too much time, they kind of like put shit off a little bit.
That's very true. And it was $450 a night. So you figure another night.
Yeah, that motivates crew to get
There we go.
to get this shit over with.
We should do a 3 podcast thing at the casting call, and then right before y'all start shooting. And then right after for everybody reactions.
That would be nice.
I was about to ask, have you ever had to break up a fight on set because the actors, actresses,
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Like break up arguments?
Argue like we not too bad, but I run a pretty tight ship. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty. They call me Suge White.
Oh shit!
You heard of Detroit?
You know, but
Def Films.
The last one, the one we just did, the last one we just did. I had a script supervisor I hired. She did Netflix movies and stuff. I found her through the Cleveland Film Commission website. Okay. And Man, she ended up being the big, like, she got into it with Mike. I wasn't there. She did it when I wasn't there. She got into it over something stupid. My cousin directs and edits. Now, a lot of directors don't edit. See, but when they edit, they know. So she goes, don't worry. He goes, don't worry about it. I know what I'm doing. And they got into it. And, like, it became a bit of a screaming match, I heard. But that was about it. It's not.
Okay. This is what I get paid for.
We keep the energy. A big part is energy, man. Having good energy. You got to keep something like
work
that.
Environment.
It's art. It's creative. You got to keep everybody up. So we don't run like a tight ship like military, but then we're also not lackadaisical. You know, it's like in the middle.
So, yeah.
Professional.
Professional.
So you got 8 movies on Tubi right now, right?
Correct.
So if somebody want to start watching your movies and they want to watch all of them, which one would you suggest they watch first to kind of
Top
like
3?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Yeah, because I would say probably start from the beginning. I would say start with Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, and then move from there. You know what I'm saying?
See the growth.
Yeah, there's really no like one. Because people ask me that a lot actually, and I'm like, it just depends on what you like and dislike. I think once you watch one, they're all good enough. You're gonna want to see. And I think that's worked in our favor, right? You got a good product, it makes you go, this is good. I want to see what else have they done. You know what I mean? And so I think it's, I would say that. Like,
are you from Cleveland? Like,
so I actually grew up in Youngstown. Like I moved here, but I moved here when I was like 19. So I've been here. I've actually been here longer than I was. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird because you leave somewhere and you go back and you're like, I wouldn't even.
Right.
I remember one day I was like, man, was I this corny when I mean,
I crazy at my old younger self. I'd be like, damn.
I'm corny.
Right? Like, what the hell?
What the fuck?
I feel like I was pretty cool.
All that was cool. Yeah,
but you're still young now though, so you're still a baby.
You don't start
all right.
You don't start feeling that till you hit the 30s. You start seeing them 10-year-old memories popping up on
Facebook
you.
posts, how I used to write and
delete.
spell shit.
Delete.
And young millennials, we were top tier cringe, man. Top tier.
Not in our emotions were in check or
who
nothing.
knows?
Yeah,
It was getting hold of the internet.
MySpace days.
MySpace. Facebook.
MySpace days.
Backpage.
Backpage. What was you doing on Backpage?
Backpage.
What? Backpage? Oh no. Yeah, no. You was trying to stick that shit in there. Just like MySpace. Backpage. Like, wait.
Same difference.
I remember. This is like a super side note, but I remember my baby daddy was some type of pimp. He was whatever a pimp is in Idaho. And I remember
pimp in Idaho as well.
They shut down Backpage in I want to say it was 2018. They shut it down. All these hoes were bad, crying, trying to figure it out, scrambling in the back room.
Pick some
oh
corn.
my God, Backpage is gone. I don't know how. Oh my goodness. And I just remember I'm like kicking eggs and stuff. Like, dang, these bitches, what's
they
wrong?
tripping.
What the hell's wrong?
They can't sling no potatoes or
They're
corn.
like, what are we gonna do? I'm like, Craigslist, bitch, Craigslist.
Craigslist.
Wow. Woman was selling
Wildlife.
on Craigslist. I didn't know.
I mean,
You sell
they got
anything
the
on
little personal
Craigslist.
pages on there. They did Craigslist. I think it was before they got hip to how to finesse Instagram properly.
Yeah, so they be selling cars on
because I remember when Instagram first came out, you couldn't even send direct messages to anybody. It was just strictly for just taking pictures. And then once the DMs opened up, that's when it kind of like
it blew
took
up.
over from Twitter, because everybody was on Twitter at first. Like, and it took me a minute because I was still stuck on MySpace, so it took me a minute to leave MySpace and go to Facebook. And then when I finally got used to Facebook, Twitter came about. I'm like, fuck, I gotta get used to something else. So I got used to Twitter. Then Instagram came. I'm just like, damn. And then
Instagram
Snapchat
came out, what,
got in the mix.
2011?
I was a freshman in college. I
That
want
is
to say.
wild. It was like
Yeah,
2011.
Instagram. I think I was a
Yeah.
sophomore in college.
Now, would anybody?
I don't
Let me ask you this
know.
question: would anybody now be in your top 8 on MySpace that was in your top 8 at the time?
So I ain't gonna lie.
Look at Jazz, look at Jazz, look at Jazz.
The girls I was talking to at
Bombastic
the
side
time,
eye.
I made them feel special by being in my top friends, and I rearranged.
still
Like, if
his
one of
top
them
friends,
pissed me
I'm
off,
sure.
they'll get bumped down a couple steps.
okay.
They get demoted.
See, I wouldn't know.
And,
I found out about
they try to
MySpace
leave
late.
comments and be messy.
I was the type of person who would have like a top 3, and then the other spaces would just be like random people. I'm like,
I had like a top 20 because it was too much. I had to
ain't
make
had
everybody feel
MySpace.
special. You didn't have a MySpace?
I was still on Facebook. I learned about MySpace super late. I was like, what is that? I was in middle school.
You were in diapers.
I was
Not
in
di-
middle
not di-
school.
You were still.
No gaps.
Everybody
6.
around me had one. I was like, what is that?
4, 5, 6. That was you.
Like, hey, this just better be funny.
That's your mom laughed. Your mom was supposed to laugh. Damn, I had another question. Do you have like a favorite actor or actress that you love working with that you keep bringing back to where you try to include in like all of your movies? And stuff
I'll tell you now. This is from Scam Likely On. I would say I really like Haybert Flex. I like his work ethic, man. He'll go out. And he was dude was traveling the country. You know what I'm saying? Doing those Ha video. Remember the Cleveland Ha video he did, which went viral? Oh, you from Cleveland, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So he did that. So then he started going around the country doing, because here's the thing, man. Like, I spend a lot of money on marketing and stuff like that. I want actors that are coming and they're promoting, putting the work in on their end. Because, if you think about it, a lot of them, I feel like a lot of them want to sit around like, cast me in your movie. Like, well, give me a, what I'm saying? Like, you want the hustlers, right? Because we're hustlers.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And make me go off.
He came to Airbnb. He knew the whole script. He knew everybody else's lines. Wow. Like, I never seen that happen before ever. He would tell them that he was that.
Dedication.
Do he want to be a brand ambassador for 4am?
You need some man. You need some man stuff in that.
You gotta create some boxers or something.
You need some man.
One day. We woman orientated right now. Shout out to the girlies.
See, you talking about fishnet tank tops? I don't know. Putting that shit on.
I seen some fishnet drawers for dudes. You feel me? Cheeks out.
You have a pair of hoochie daddies. He has a pair of hoochie daddies.
Just to be funny, I got it.
But you got the cheeks out with the elephant nose.
They're not. They're not super. Yeah. They're out. You got it.
I feel like I remember they was trying to say I had on hoochie daddy shorts.
Because you did. You definitely did. They was on the show.
I don't think they understand the science of it because when you sit down, your shorts
rise up.
Look at my pants right now. Look, these are not floods. When I sit down, though, they kind of rise.
Okay, that's different. But if it's a short,
rise to maybe like right here.
Because shorts be a little bit over the knee.
This ain't the 2000s
or right before the knee.
2000s. They ain't gonna be down here. My shorts ain't that down.
It's either right here or right here.
Now watch me, ain't it?
Yeah.
If they rise up to your thigh and get tight, hoochie.
But sometimes if the couch
what sexy say? Hoochie.
If the couch sinks, sometimes it's an illusion. Like you seeing something, but it's not really like
tight.
That.
They were velvet too. Weren't they velvet?
Huh?
Weren't they velvet?
What
they feel like this?
I'm just saying, like they were velvet. This is hoochie daddy. You weren't.
You had a Jamaican pair. You had a velvet pair.
Y'all about to make me ask y'all again.
Velvet in the summertime.
Satin.
Y'all about to make me ask what defines a hoochie daddy again.
No, we not getting next topic.
I feel like y'all couldn't.
Hoochie daddy shorts and
topic.
Hoochie daddies are two completely. You know what I mean? Like Hoochie daddy shorts are just hoochie.
And on Tubi they had a show called.
Please,
was it Hoochie Daddies?
Please, it's called Hoochie Daddies,
Hoochie
Daddies, and it's full of.
It was like studs.
Hoochie Daddies.
It was like gay women.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I heard about that.
They don't want to be dykes. They're studs.
Oh, that's a good question. Have you thought about doing reality?
So I get that question quite a bit now. So from a business standpoint, great idea. From a production standpoint, I have no desire. Because you got to think about the amount of effort. Because even though it's scripted in that they tell you what to do, you still got to have multiple cameras. You still got to make sure they're not getting in each other's way. You got to make sure, you know what I mean? And like, I as a producer doing scripted stuff, the thought of it like gives me a headache.
It's like being a chaperone on a field trip every single day.
Well, even like the camera angles, because remember when we were watching Hoochie Daddies, you could tell they had one camera.
It was low budget.
Stop
for sure.
relating into that. That's not.
That's all we got to go off for.
Stop.
But how many?
Y'all watch
on
Baddies
Tubi?
Jocelyn talk about them because Hoochie Daddies is just scary.
Baddies is on Tubi.
Yeah,
It's scary.
Okay, I watched that to see
They
the difference.
on Zeus.
Zeus. Okay.
Yeah, but Hoochie Daddy, I'm saying Tubi on Tubi. I was just
Bad Girls Club on Tubi.
but they weren't though. They started off on something
like I'm talking about like an original series that starts on like.
I think
Tubi.
Baddies
You could be.
started
You
off
probably be the first, but I know you don't got that
Baddies
headache.
started
though.
off on.
Okay.
I think it was No.
I thought y'all was just saying the ones in general.
I'm talking about the ones that's like Tubi original or something like
That's
that.
gonna make me mad. I'm gonna have to look that up later. Where Baddies started off, or am I talking about Bad Girls Club?
Bad Girls Club was on
It's
Oxygen.
so many different shows.
Oxygen, there we
It was
go.
Oxygen.
Yeah,
Well,
like
remember, you need conflict, right? So then you go and shoot. Now there's got to be, and then imagine the editing, right? You got all those cameras, you got to put them together. Then they got to, and if the conflict's corny, you got to like not redo it. Because people, that's what they want, right? They want the drama and the, you know what I'm saying? So like it, yeah, but would it do well? Probably. You know what I mean? If you want to if I want to really put the effort in, but I just don't.
and I feel like you kind of gotta like
Baddies Cleveland, do it.
And I feel like in order to make it,
let me orchestrate. I can get them together.
Right.
I think for
me, do it.
I think it would be hard for me if I had to direct that, like a reality show like that. I think it would be stressful for me mentally because it's like, damn, I feel like an instigator. I feel like I'm leading these people to their own detriment. You know, like their own.
Politically, that's exactly what the production do.
Right.
Politically, it's definitely not a good look.
Like my morals would be compromised. I feel like if I'm like I'm.
Right, just think about it, and it's always going to be that with reality TV. You know what I mean? Because reality, everybody knows the scripted thing is scripted. They kind of know that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I just, I'd stay away. I could hear it right now. Oh, this white man ruined the community with the fights. I know what it would be. I know what it would be. I wouldn't want to do it anyways, but you know what I'm saying? Because really, it's fake. Which is the irony of it, right? It's really fake because they're forcing the fights and they're forcing to throw a drink in her face, and you know what I'm saying? I don't.
People are already going to be emotionally charged. They in front of a camera. You getting drinks in them. They're just
right. Do they know like the okay? So say you tell one girl go do it. Do the opposing side? Do they be knowing?
Now okay. So I can't because that's I haven't been, but I don't think. So. But I think they know something. So like right, they know something's gonna happen. So it's like they tell them one girl you're gonna go because you know they show up and then I always love when they'll show like the person coming around the corner. You're like come on man. Like,
you ain't see this coming.
You didn't see this coming, right? And I know there's going to be like, so, but like you said, I don't know if they say like actually throw this in her face or she going. I don't know.
Type.
So, but that's a good question because if they invite them there, they know something's going to happen, right?
I'd be mad. You want me to just take some alcohol to? You want me to get punched? Like what?
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
Do you feel like so? Say if it was a director of a reality series from Tubi, do you feel like filmmakers who actually put like creativity and come up with like organic scripts and off the ground scripts to where it's not reality, like they got to create from scratch? Do you feel like they kind of look down on like reality TV producers who just so. You know what I'm saying? It's like we don't do the same thing, but they trying to act like y'all on the same level.
Yeah, I think so. I think they do because and you get a lot of like in this business, like entertainment, a lot of like I'm better than them, or you get a lot of that too, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like we're better and I'm better, and you get a lot of that. So I think we're not realizing that. In all reality, it's all hard. You know what I mean? It's all like I tell you right now, even some of those Tubi movies that aren't very good, I respect that they could get everybody together and get it done. You know, I say it all the time. I just don't have hater in me. You know what I mean? I get it. It's hard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like I don't know if you guys knew about Sloppy Seconds. Have you heard about this with Lisa Brown? Oh, you're in for a treat. Then. So I mean, it's huge. Like right now on the Facebook Tubi group, it's huge. The girl that did Dirty D, she was like the director. Now she didn't write it. It was a book adapted. But it's about this chick, and she's got this. It takes place in Detroit, and she got this dude. And first off, he's mad through the whole movie, right? And then he like.
That's cool.
This is a perfect place to talk about it too, because it's the.
Let's talk about it.
Bring him outside.
He ends up. He ends up getting. First off, she's a virgin. Okay, so then in the first like scene, she gets on top of him. And starts riding them like a pro, and we're like, okay, what's going on here?
Oh, shit, somebody lying.
Yeah, right. So then later on, he like has to pay this weed debt, and he pimps her out to these two dudes. It's really bad. Like it's really like
what's the name of this movie?
Sloppy Seconds. This is where they went nuts, and the movies made a ton of money.
Okay.
So she that same guy that she allowed him to, you know what I mean, allowed her to do the thing. He gets mad at her like because she was flirting with the other guy after that, but they just had sex. I don't know. That's weird. But then he ends up bringing the dog in, and the dog licks her. They show the dog. This went nuts. This went nuts all over the Tubi group. They actually took it down off Tubi.
Damn.
But what's crazy is, I do film. I know what it is. They had food for because the dog comes up and is like, no, I knew what it was. Food. So like it really, you know what I mean? But it was.
Peanut butter on the coochie is crazy.
What kind of dog was it? Was it a pit bull?
No, it was. I don't think it was. I have to think it was a bigger.
She would have died.
I must say they had a Yorkie.
She would have died.
If they had a Yorkie
doing
like
that,
that's
or something. It was like a boxer,
like a Chihuahua.
But this movie made. That's all they talk about.
That's crazy.
And it's not even that good. So it just shows you like it's that shock. Now
factor.
from a brand perspective, I wouldn't want to do that because we have a brand, right? And it's like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't need.
Right. That's the dog liquor guy.
The dog liquor, and I don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's Johnny Filmworks, dog liquor producer, or whatever. But so like I see what she was doing from a shock value standpoint, but man,
that's not the way you want to get noticed.
I don't want to get.
You want to get noticed for your talent.
Have you done like sexual scenes in your movies, like
just sex scenes in general?
Yeah, in general.
Let me tell you about. I'm gonna ruin.
What's the most intense one? Oh, but go ahead.
The sex scenes, honestly, like when you're shooting them, it's kind of like nothing, right? Like a lot of times they have their, like, you know, like so if he has his shirt off under the covers, it looks way worse. And then the music and all that, they're really not that bad. I mean, At least ours, and I think the other ones too. I think it looks worse. It's the way you shoot it and stuff. So sex scenes aren't that. But now they're a little awkward.
It's how the actor and actresses interact.
Funny story. The new one, and not to ruin or anything, but we had Diesel from Detroit. He's the well-known Kamel Hassan. He's been.
Is
in
he
like
the
30
Mr.
games.
Tubi guy? Is that what you posted?
That was the other guy.
Oh,
So it's the other guy. But anyways, he the first scene that Jaleesa, who was in she played the best friend Airbnb. Her very first thing she shot was a sex scene with him. Like had to go in the room and shoot this like very first thing. I gotta give her credit. It looked good, but that's stress because you're like, hey, I haven't even started this movie yet, and I'm in.
I don't even know you.
Right.
So do they got to get completely naked, or is it just
no? Usually, almost never. Yeah, and the only almost never. And then the few maybe. Like we haven't done these yet, but they might like in a shower, like turn around, but like it's really not as. And then you wear these things. They're called I forget something cups or something. You could put them over your private areas.
That's what I figured.
I forget what they're called. They're like G cups or some shit. I forget
That's hilarious because I be looking behind like.
Yeah, so if a dude get an erection, they can't see they get an erection.
But really, we haven't even used them yet because you don't. That's how much the sex scenes aren't even that bad.
Okay.
I mean, they're really not that bad. I know it surprises everybody. Yeah. So now sometimes
Not
funny
to burst
stuff
your
happens.
bubble or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't want to hurt
Mild.
anybody's feelings. I remember in Swing Low. And that was 2012. We were shooting that. The dude goes down and starts sucking her toes. And we're like, we didn't ask you to do that, bro.
Damn.
He's trying to get this shit off.
He said we gotta
He's
make
like,
it look
I'm improvising.
real.
I'm improvising.
Yeah.
He
So I
couldn't
guess that
help
was
it.
his.
She must have got her nails painted, her toenails painted.
He said that he had that. She had that
Toes was
glistening
fresh.
white.
Things
It was
was
glistening
fresh.
white or matte white. It was probably glistening white.
He's like, let me go for the big toe.
French
He
too.
went straight to the big toe.
Now, how often does that happen though? So say if you are shooting a scene, do a lot of them like kind of go off and start doing their own thing and you keep it?
Depend on the actor. You know what I mean? Depends on the actor.
So for the most part, you prefer that they
Say the script. But sometimes, I mean, some are good at it. Like Haybert's real good at it. Brittany, some of them are real good at it, and they make it better. But sometimes they don't, and you're like, man, you'd be better.
It's like
stick to the script.
trying to over.
We had one man. Of course, I don't name names, but he would. This dude would do his own thing, and you'd be like, man, stop! It is so corny. Quit. You know what I mean? Like, so you have to pull him aside.
Reel him back in.
The script,
You got to do that shit on your own. Get in your pocket first.
Yeah, and especially when I'm spending money, right? Like, don't make this
money-
longer than
time
it
is
needs to be.
money.
Let's go.
Right,
Go to the next scene.
right.
Yeah.
I want to be there for those
I'm
moments.
dead.
I live for the cringe. Let me see it.
So what's like the main thing you want to accomplish, like as far as like in the film industry?
I want
What's
to
your
make
goal?
Cleveland a independent, like the way Detroit is. You know, like make it a Cleveland indie hub.
Detroit's
That's the
popping.
goal. Yeah, make it make it a real film city, indie film city, which is going to be tough because I mean, if you think about it, we're really the only ones consistently. I mean, there's a
That's
couple
what I was
doing
about to
one
ask.
every other. Yeah. So what I'm going to start doing soon is, and I can announce it here for the first time, we're going to start doing classes, right? So we're going to have acting classes, then we're going to have directors classes, then we're going to have production. The production classes are going to be expensive because I'm giving away all my secrets. Like this is how we do it. This is this is how we schedule. This is how I market. This is where I market. You know what I mean? I'm going to go through the whole thing. So like, we're going to start doing that because really, it was funny. I kept putting it off, right? And then I hit me one day. I'm like, I'm actually hurting the people. Right, because like I got to start doing it now because they got to start getting hip to because like, these actors. There was another thing when I was at the Detroit thing with Mula Films, I noticed they taught skill and all that, but they didn't teach the business of acting. And these actors need to learn how do I get roles? What is the producer, the casting director looking for? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So yeah, so we're gonna start doing that.
Would you collab with any other like movie producers in the city right now, or in general?
Well, so. When I left, that's another first time telling everybody. When I left Detroit, the guy that leads up Mula was like, write one for us. You know what I'm saying? And so I came up with Cletroit. That was my idea, and all the women hated it, but the dudes liked it.
Yeah.
The dudes,
I was about to say, that's a little cringe. That's a little
it was so
cringe.
funny because when I said it, Murder Pain, and them like, yeah, and then Mina Monroe, they're just like, that's stupid. And so I guess we're gonna see how that plays out. But we have like an idea, like
Well, if we
biker
did
gang.
a collab, it would make sense.
It makes sense, right?
Yeah, if you did the collab.
So as far as
Cliche.
local ones, it's almost right now a hard no because it's just going to be more trouble than it is, right? Unless I need the money, which I
'Cause y'all
don't.
already
So if I
going.
needed more money or something, just because it wouldn't make any sense. You know what I mean? And nothing against them. I mean, it's all love,
It's not helping your business.
but it has to make sense. Yeah, I'm not against it though. I'm not
have you
against it.
guys thought about taking on what's the word? Interns.
We actually, so Ohio Media School came. We interviewed a bunch of them.
Nice.
So we actually have a waiting list of interns right now.
Oh shit!
I mean, you gotta understand, like everybody wants to work.
Yeah,
Like, I don't like a dickhead or anything, but it's like everybody wants to either be in it, they want to be an intern, they want to work. So it's like we almost have a waiting. But I feel like the cream rises to the top. So whoever's good, then they stick with us. And
they're gonna,
and that's kind of how I'm looking at it right now. So
nice.
So for anybody who's watching this. What pointers would you give somebody who's thinking about either becoming a filmmaker or getting into acting?
I would say with filmmakers, start doing short films and start doing it. The way we learned is doing it. Right. You know what I mean? I mean, like I said, 80 short films before we did a feature. Just keep working at your craft. You know what I mean? Filming. Then learn. And another thing is YouTube, man, they have a lot of information on YouTube. You should be on there learning everything you can.
YouTube University.
YouTube University.
Free 99.
And then eventually, like when something comes along like us doing classes, get in and see how the pros do it. So I would recommend that. As far as actors, man, you gotta get your resume. You gotta start doing every little thing you can to build your resume up so that you can start going to, because like I said, we had people that came to audition that were great. But if they had no background doing it, like I'm not going to cast somebody for their first time as a starring role in an HWIC Filmworks movie because it's just, you know what I mean? Like it's just not worth it, right? I got to know they're on their job. Yeah,
it's like a big gamble.
It's a big gamble, right? Correct. It's a big gamble. So, get moving, get started, start doing everything you can. And go. You're gonna fall flat on your face when you start anything, right?
Yeah, I was about to say that. Man. Don't get discouraged.
I'm sure this podcast is way better than your first one. You know
for sure.
You get what I mean?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
We start in our living room.
If I do
dogs
say
walking to the camera set, dog barking, scratching. We like, shut up.
Oh wow.
They probably thought we was abusing our pets and shit.
Yeah.
They keep trying to get in the camera. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Right, but that's how it starts, right? Yeah, you gotta. Nobody wants to go through that early process.
Do the work.
I get it. It sucks, right? Nobody wants to do that, but that's how you get good at anything and become an expert by repetition. You got to keep doing it. So.
And what I learned, because like you said, nobody wants to do the work because what they see on social media is just like the glitz and the glamour of it. They see everybody's success. So what I try to do is like share, like every now and again, because I'm like protective over my kids, but like I'll share me being a dad or just like on a day-to-day basis to where we're not all glammed up to show them like we still regular people, but for the most part, when you see us in front of the camera, they dolled up, I'm dressed up and shit like that. Right. But I also want to show them that other side to where we regular people on a day-to-day basis. Because a lot of people just see like celebrities living like going on vacations and, like everything is just 100% fine. Like they don't have no mental health problems and shit like that. So I always try to show them both sides of the coins to let them know we go through shit as well.
You use the same word I do, glitz and glam. I think it's that sort of thing. That's why I'm showing the behind the scenes because I want everybody to see this isn't what you think it is, and it's really a pain and things go wrong. When we shot the last movie, we were trying to do.
Oh, Siri tripping. I don't know what the fuck Siri talking about.
It's not the dog. It's not the
dog. My bad. Go ahead.
We were trying to do 2 units at the same time, so we needed 2 sound people. Well, that morning, this sound dude who had never worked with before hits me up. I have COVID, sent me a thing. And it was like, so that screwed the whole, you get what I'm saying? Nobody sees that. And that screwed the whole production up. So, you're right, man. Like, it's just not what everybody thinks it is. And that's like, that kind of drives me nuts too. Cause like all the put me in a movie, it's like, do you really know what goes into this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And since this is the Dirty Talk podcast, all the girls trying to offer me pussy and everything else to be in a movie. You have to understand that
that's not gonna get
they was trying to be Sharmina for real.
What you trying to do? Well, what makes me laugh is
what does Kendrick say? I am not your savior.
Well, it's like my thing is I appreciate the offer, but the thing they don't understand is like if I like the last thing we're gonna do is like work
and do that.
All right, you got the role. You know what I'm saying? But like, and then they come up and they suck, and my team's looking at me like, what are you doing? I always make me
how did she get this role? Johnny like, I don't know.
And the thing is, I'm always professional, right? And I would never do that in the first place. But I'm just saying the thing in their head. I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, I'm gonna put you in a movie, and my team's gonna go, why did you cast this shit?
Look, personal experience, don't do it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's I think it's the mindset.
Don't do it.
Just real quick and be like, you know what?
But no, I feel like women are cheating themselves if they do that though. It's like just do the work because you trying to cut corners and
because it also shows that their mindsets can be shortcuts, right? Because like you go into a movie, you know what I mean?
Opportunists.
Absolutely. But I will say this, it started off with a lot of that and then it stopped for a while and got back up. But what's funny to me is I almost Now some days miss it because now they don't offer anything. It's like they have no acting, no nothing. Like at least you're trying to give me something. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like
now you bitches suck.
It literally turns into put me in a movie. What have you done? Nothing. It's like, well, geez. I mean, sure, I'll do that for you.
Take me to dinner.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you this huge opportunity for no reason. I mean, I guess it's almost like more offensive when, it's just like they're just offering, right? It's like,
So just offer a little bit of puss.
Like after he come out with a great movie with the finished product, like, congratulate him with some ass, but don't try to give him ass before the finished product.
There it is. You gotta do it
After the finished product, congratulate him with some ass
after
and
that
champagne.
movie, so you can get in the
You know
next
what I
movie.
mean? He's fine.
There you go.
I mean, it's not like, come on now. He
Look
one
at
of
the
them
shoes,
spicy whites.
Look at his
shoes.
got the
He's one of
swag,
them.
you know?
right.
He one of them whites that smell good. You know what I mean? He one of them spicy ones.
You got Old Spice in the shower right
He go to
now.
a black barber, ladies.
But no, tell them how they can find you
I'm
on
weak.
social media and find all your movies on Tubi before we go
Okay,
to the second half.
so on social media, it's
List them all.
Instagram Johnny_Filmworks and the film company's HWIC Filmworks.
Okay.
And TikTok HWIC Filmworks and Facebook HWIC Filmworks.
Ooh,
and the
simple.
movies are all on Tubi. You got Swing Low, Heights Girl 2, Wine and Gossip, Scam Likely, Airbnb, and Locked In. And then Monday morning is supposed to be up. It was something we did years ago. It's supposed to be up. I don't know why it's not up yet. And then we got Black Men Don't Cheat coming February 6th.
Ooh,
Oh,
I'm
I can't wait for that one.
I feel like that's gonna be our
excited for
biggest
that
one,
one.
and part mainly because of who we got starring in it with the dude from Detroit and the name of it. People watch it.
literally
People are gonna watch
What
that.
we're hoping for is the argument, like people on
Yeah.
social media, and like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? That's what we're looking.
I
yeah,
just
that
want to
one's
look in the
gonna go.
camera and
That one's
say,
gonna go.
black men don't cheat. They only have accidents.
Look, put him as one of your promos. He is saying it every day. I swear.
Yeah, he says it all the
And
fucking
if you need me to wear any
Black
shirts that say black men
Any
don't
shirts?
cheat,
I'll get you one.
I'll definitely wear it.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
no problem.
I'll grab you one for sure.
No problem.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
we'll be
crazy.
back with part 2 soon. Peace out.